What's up, everybody? It's your boy Keefy, and I am back with another GhostCultMag.com weekly ritual, your one-stop source for rock and metal news, concert reviews, metal festival news and updates, all the things, all the drama, all the stories. We're ready to rock and roll here on an almost Friday, late Thursday night. Brooklyn Miss made it, hey! And Raquel Figlo is here. We might get together and do a live stream tomorrow, I think. Just got to figure out the format. I might like to do one of these live streams on StreamYard so it can go blanket the world at the same time. Been a busy week, been a busy day. It's been it's the end of the month and it feels like it's been a whole year already. I'm so stressed and tired. I'm sure you all are also. Dillinger Compound is back with his signature "I have arrived." So once again, we are Ghost Cult Mag, GhostCultMag.com. I'm going to dispense with the banner and just bump up the comments, because let's have some fun in the comments here. Dillinger Compound's here. Always a pleasure. Brooklyn Miss, welcome back. Thanks for the messages this week. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you. I put our little pricing menu back up in the comments for the first time in a long time. I feel like maybe we'll get some help with this stuff. Hey, King is here, live and direct. My famous commenter, King. Super fun to see you. I don't know what the hell we're doing here. What do we do there? Yep, live stream. I don't know what that is. Anyway, we're here. We're doing the thing. I have a lot of stuff to get through tonight, so I'm going to just help you. Just a reminder, I appreciate it if you're watching anywhere. The best experience for this is YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and Instagram, but we're also hanging out on TikTok. ZZ Bucks is here. C3PO is here. Drop some comments, ask some questions. This is my show. This is your show. If you feel like giving us a little tip, we appreciate it. We're just trying to hustle the bustle. You got some ST news. That's cool. I'm always down for some ST news. I hope it's some good news. That's one of my favorite bands ever. Love me some Suicidal. I think there was like a whole year where I wore the same Suicidal hat every fucking day. I'm going to bust open a Liquid Death, bury it alive. I got some very distressing news about our favorite refreshing drink. Liquid Death is switching their formula for their flavored seltzers from agave nectar as the sweetener to stevia. Now, as a person, I'll give a little health update in a second, as a person suffering from type 2 diabetes and high blood pressure and some other shit, stevia is technically better on the sugar intake for the glucose hit, but not great for taste. I don't think stevia helps the taste at all, and I do enjoy my Liquid Death, so we'll see how it goes. Apparently, the rollout has already started with the stevia with the brand new Liquid Death flavors. But I appreciate everybody that is here. Thanks so much for being here. Y'all fucking rule. I'm so thankful to just see some familiar faces. Teddy T. Ray is here. Jazz is here. Alpha K writes. What do you write, Alpha K? What do you write about? Rock Girl is here. Tell us what you write about. Tell me what your dreams are. Am I in them? I think Madonna said that. All right, let's stop goofing around and get to the damn show. King is going to see Hemotoxin at Harlow's on the 7th. I'm trying to get up to that Danzig Down show in March. And I'm trying to get to that show. There's a couple of other Sacramento area things I want to get. I'd like to get back up to the cave and buy a whole bunch of shit. Danny Huckins is here. Ray T is here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for everybody being here. I know there's a lot of stuff you could be doing on a Thursday. If you're hanging out with me, that's fucking awesome. Casey Coochman, 16, is here. So I did hear about the Today of the Day show. I did not have it in the show tonight because I was trying to get my story together on it first. What I like to do is make sure I have all the stories on the website, then I talk about them on the show. And I hope you'll then visit the website and be like, oh, he talked about that story. But we just didn't get it up yet today. It's coming tonight from my overnight news guy, Paul McMillan, Big Paul Slow Dragon on social media. I love Today is the Day. Hemotoxin rules. I have some Bay Area death metal news about a band. But yes, today's the day. Everybody knows I've interviewed Steve Austin. We've interviewed him twice, once recently on the podcast by Tom Osman, and I interviewed him before the pandemic. We smoked weed together. It was amazing. He's got a outlaw country album coming out. He put out the first single. Front row seats for Down. Sick. I will be hiding in the back, trying not to get punched the fuck out. But I'm trying to get to that show, King. So, it's one of these shows we're going to get to meet. I'm definitely going to Decapitated and Septic Flesh at DNA Lounge in February, because those are literally, I fall out of my front door and go to the show. So I'm gonna definitely be at those two. And I think I'm going to Meshuggah in March also, the week after Down. So that's my tentative plans. I'm going to less shows this year because I need to baby myself, and I just can't physically do like 4 shows a week anymore. I really fucking can't. But King, I hope to shake your hand and give you a attaboy if I see you in person. I'd love to chop it up with you in person and, do all the cool things. Cause nothing makes me happier than, meeting people in person and chopping it up and talking about metal. The Therapeutic is here. Ryan Mays is here. HKK is here. 77 Guitarist is here. You know what's up? Yeah, I have to do less stuff. I'm too fucking busy. I'm too tired. The show. Let's do the deck. Bang. Look at this handsome fellow. End of January, we went the green theme on the cards. We may redo the cover. We've been, shout out to my partner at Ghost Cult Mag, Omar Cordy, who's the president of Ghost Cult, the photo editor of Ghost Cult, the video editor of Ghost Cult, all the things I don't do, he does. We have a lot of other people all over the world volunteering to bring you all this news coverage. And Mitzi SG64 is also here. Hello. And Omar is the progenitor of most of this graphic design stuff. So I'll point out when we have some new fun stuff to share. So yeah, let's do the thing. It's time for some announcements, and we have quite a few to get through, and a huge show. So, I know a lot of people are watching the live fire relief show, which is awesome. I heard Pink was on. Yo, Jim is here. What's up, Slayer's Mind? Yo is my second favorite word beside word. And for some reason, cunt, because my father said that all the time. I thought it was my mom's name. Anyway, so if you're watching this on the main streamers, TikTok, I'll get you guys in the comments. Let's see if I can post a comment for y'all. I posted the pricing menu. Probably didn't work because, fucking shit. All right, no biggie. But I was hoping people would throw us some tips. If you're watching on TikTok and you want to throw us like a gift or a subscribe or a hearts, I like all that stuff too. Cannot understand normal thinking. See you next Tuesday. Yes. New Suicidal's coming. I thought that was going to be the case, especially once they got the homeboy in the band on drums. So yeah, if you want to throw us a tip, the pricing menu's at the top of the comments, as well as our link tree to find us on all our socials. Probably the best places to visit us beside ghostcultmag.com is clearly this YouTube and Instagram, but we put little variations of all our content everywhere. Anywho, there's our Cash App if you want to just see it for a second. And yep, Jeff Hanneman, dude. Oh God, what a mess. And we got a loss to talk about right now. There's our Cash App. Cash App's a good way to donate money, but we also take money in other places. Dark Cult Design is here. What up? Oh, man, this is a bummer. A lot of people passed away this week, but I just wanted to talk for a minute about Marianne Faithfull, right? Marianne Faithfull had a very up and down career in rock and roll. She came around the same time. She was a peer of the Beatles and the Stones and Pink Floyd. She was discovered at a party hanging out with the Rolling Stones. She dated Mick Jagger and a bunch of other people, and I know that like headline chasing people kind of focus on those things and don't focus on like the real important stuff. Oh, so-and-so was a drug addict, or so-and-so did this, or so-and-so lost many years of their career to this and that. But like Marianne Faithfull, Negative Steve is also here. Hi, Steve. Marianne Faithfull is literally an iconic rock singer. We have been talking a lot about Exodus. We'll have some more comments on that Exodus thing if you want. Right. You don't understand how ubiquitous she was as a pop star, but also she had huge hit singles. She had a great voice. And interestingly, early in her career, she had this super high voice. And then obviously, smoked 10 million cigarettes and other things. And she had a very bad, she had a laryngitis so bad at one point that it ruined her voice. But then she got this very husky, dusky voice that literally was like the forerunner of a Chrissy Hynde or a Patti Smith or a Patti Smythe or a Blondie. She was a contemporary of Jinx Dawson of Coven. You know what a big Coven fan I am if you're watching this show and you've seen our video interview with Jinx. They have a new tour announced and probably new music later this year. So, of course, Marianne Faithfull went into acting. She got herself cleaned up, and a lot of metal fans know her from the Memory Remains song and video by Metallica. I saw Metallica 3 times in 2023. They played the Memory Remains twice, and the whole place was singing la da 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 da. Everybody knows that shit if you're a Metallica fan. She was great. They loved meeting her and working with her, and Metallica paid a really nice tribute to her. I was like, I think I saw like a little Metallica video clip of her just a cappella rocking that ending of the song before they posted the tribute, like almost simultaneously. And it was really nice to see them shout her out because, we're losing a lot of our heroes. We're losing our legends, man. And she was great. She was a great lady, and she gave a lot to people. So I just wanted to stop for a second and talk about that. We've been talking about Zetro, and I'm going to be honest, King's in the Bay Area like me. I want to hear from Zetro. I'm a little surprised that he hasn't come out yet and said, like, oh, here's why I'm not in the band anymore. Now I'm going to say, hey, Chubak Choya is here. Chubak Choyka is here. Or Chubak Bok Choy, California. That's also funny. Jake Sinclair is here. Piper K is here. Sacramento, word up. And I am in San Francisco. But I was going to say, yeah, absolutely. Best. I love like Metallica trying to be COC in the mid-90s. And then COC is like, hold my beer. Here is Wise Blood. But, James Hetfield was heavily, Load and Reload are heavily influenced by Deliverance, whether Metallica pulled it off correctly or not. There was only one Reed Mullen. So just really quick about Zetro before I move on. Zetro got married last year to his longtime girlfriend. He has a permanent, awesome union job. So believe me when I tell you, he makes more money not being in Exodus and being able to work for a living. I think Zetro's awesome. I don't think that Exodus got appreciably bigger in the 10 years he was back in the band, 10 plus years. I think the idea when Rob was let go and Zetro came back in is like, oh my God, they got Zetro back. They're going to get huge again. They were never huge. Yeah, maybe, man. King is in Sac. I've had many good times in Sacramento, seen many good shows there. Sad to hear that old Ironsides is not having bands anymore. I don't know if they closed permanently or not, but yeah, maybe, man. Guys are getting older, and maybe he didn't want to travel as much. When you have a new partner, you don't want to leave them. This happens a lot with guys leaving bands because of their partners and their marriages and their kids. But on one hand, I'm excited that Dukes is back in because they're going to go back and play more of those, hopefully, those 3 albums that he's on. And plus, I honestly think that Dukes, he came in at a time where Zetro recorded Tempo of the Damned and then left, kind of abandoned them right on the doorstep of a tour. And Dukes didn't come right in. He came in like a little later. They did tours without him. Oh, they do have bands again. Oh, that's great, man. I'm so glad. Yeah, that's great. Thank you. I'm so glad to see that. So I think it's interesting, and you see pictures of them palling around, and Gary Holt's wife has been taking photos of them. She's a great concert and promo photographer. She's been taking photos of them goofing around. So, at least the camaraderie's there. I'm happy for Dukes. He's a decent guy. Like, I don't care about politics. Both Zetro and Dukes would be on the other spectrum of me politically. Volbeat Rocker is here. What up? Good to see you. Thanks for coming back. So, and Braden is here. Braden with an exclamation point. So, yeah, let's just move on from that. But, I'm here to talk about it, King. You can always message us. I'm sure I did, a news story on it. Once again, this show and every show is dedicated to Sonia Ramos, Sonia Shredder on Instagram. She's battling late-stage cancer. There's a GoFundMe link in the description. You know what to do. And again, we're also still raising money for the legal defense for our homie Abe Allen of Fine Chamois Records. A lot of Fine Chamois news coming soon. You should stay tuned for Here It Goes Cult. And also, we're trying to get our favorite metal dog, Sainthood, in San Francisco, because we have nothing better to do when we want to have some fun. And there's nothing to donate. You just sign up at the link in the description and get Django some more signatures for his Sainthood. Here's Django with Necro Butcher right before they were on their way to kill Euronymous also. So just so you know. Dillinger Compound says, Zetro as a frontman is killer. I couldn't get past his singing. Bailoff and Dukes was my jam. Bailoff, Bailoff, not a great singer, but he was like the whole personality of the band. Lyrically, even when he didn't write the lyrics, his personality is the personality of Exodus as a band, and they've continued to kind of carry that forward. I like Zetro. If you guys want to hear a great Zetro singing, in my personal opinion, Doug Grammer is here, Persevere is here, Nicolene and Al, did I say that correctly? Nicolene and Al have passed by. Hello, Little Fox, Rocco. You want to hear some great singing by Zetro? You know, Zetro was the original singer of the band Legacy, which eventually became Testament when they got Chuck Billy in the band, and even, you know, right around the same time. And when Testament did, I think it's First Strike Still Deadly, where they were like one of the first bands to go in and re-record their classics that I can think of besides Suicidal Tendencies on that Still Psycho album that I love so much, with that, like, you know, Trujillo and Rocky George lineup playing the classic Suicidal debut. But the First Strike Still Deadly has Zetro singing Alone in the Dark by Testament, and he fucking rocks it. Not only one of my favorite Testament songs ever, because it's like a thrash heavy metal jam in the vein of like early Metallica or even, you know, Anthrax or Megadeth. Zetro kills it. Zetro my fave more than Bailoff. I got you. Well, again, like, you know, Paul, he passed away and we didn't really get a chance to get him back in. Dogface is here. What up? Good to see everybody, man. This is fun. This is fun for me. This is my favorite, one of my favorite times of the week is this show. I appreciate you. Once again, I joined a new band. I started a band called Angst. It's going to be like very political, hardcore, and thrash metal. We're getting together again this weekend to jam. We're going to start with some metal and rock covers and punk covers, and then go to write originals. In the meantime, there was a previous iteration of the band Angst that shared a member, and there's a single coming out from Angst 642, Judge and the Jury, coming very soon that you want to be checking out. Now, I'm going to share that on the new Angst channels because there's no old Angst channel. So I'm going to use our new social media, which is just starting. You could feel free to follow Angst Music SF on all the socials. Yeah, I haven't sung in a band in a very long time. And then more than that, I haven't been able to just sing. I may pick back up the bass. I don't have any basses or guitars. I have 7, 8, 9 guitars, a couple of basses, total 9, I think 7 guitars, 6, 7 guitars, and 2 or 3 basses. I don't have, and one of them is my autographed by Metallica bass that I don't play anymore because I don't want to smudge the signatures. But that's a whole story. But I may pick up the bass, but I'm actually enjoying the thought that I may just sing and scream and not fucking have to play bass and sing. We might just try to get a bass player. But anyway, I'm going to use Angst Music SF to promote this Angst 642 single and EP release. What hair? I wish I had hair. Have you seen those pictures of me? Jim maybe has seen some older pictures of me with the hair. King says Cafe Colonial would be a cool place for you to play. Yo, I'm telling you, the drummer from my band has definite designs on gigs, touring. He's got a set list planned, sound design, staging, stage moves. Jason is also here. Machine Beast 666 is here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Trashy is here. So anyway, I am trying to do all the things. I'm also starting a karaoke night that I'm going to co-host here in San Francisco that I'm super excited about. Talking to the lady from Brooklyn. Oh, sorry. Ha, ha, ha. Oh, her hair is always awesome. I don't have hair anymore, Jim. Once again, if you've been following on YouTube, we've got over 1 million views in 13 years. We've got 5,500, almost 5,600, 5,700 subs. Thank you for being here. If you're new here and you like what you're checking out, Please subscribe. Tess Cohen Stowen is here. What up, what up? Yo, you should check out my band. Yo, Machine Beast 6669. DM me a link to your band, and I will check out your band. And if you follow us, I will follow you. Oh, man, I went to see a show at... I've been to SAC. You know, I covered Aftershock a few times, and I've been to SAC on some absolutely brutal fucking heated times. Tentatively, yes, I am going to Emperor in May. I have to look at the dates, but I'm probably going. I love me some Emperor. So yeah, man, we're doing all the things. And again, we moved our newsletter over to Substack. There'll be a new one tomorrow. We're on all the socials. Thanks for being here. I think we're almost at 12,000 on Insta, Twitch. If you're watching here, you know, feel free to give us a follow. We like that. And, you know, we're doing all the things. I don't know. X is kind of a dumpster fire, and TikTok is going that way too. I'm sorry to tell you, TikTok folks. And I'm worried about TikTok because it seems like it's definitely getting sold off to, I know the company doesn't really want to sell, but I think I think TikTok and some combination of Truth Social is going to try to buy Facebook Meta/Meta, and they're like, yeah, I agree. Yeah, fuck him. What a fucking dweeb. Twatter for Blue Sky. Yeah, here's my suggestion. If you have a band, if you have a brand, don't give up your handle. Just don't use I know it's like, oh, I don't want to support them. I totally back that. But like, don't abandon your handle, especially if you have a band or a brand, because someone's going to come in and take it in 1 second. Just like the mofos that like are waiting for the day your website goes dark and then they go to GoDaddy and buy it for nothing. And then you get fucked. Dave 55 is here too. So, yeah, Sacramento in the summer is brutal, and I'm chubby. I moved to the Bay Area because I didn't want to see snow anymore unless I want to go to Truckee or Tahoe, and I didn't want to boil anymore. So I'm with you, Dillinger. We're going hard on Blue Sky, and we got over, I think, 1,100 followers now on Blue Sky. I'm really excited about it. I'm your social media guru. There's going to be some free social media and music marketing advice coming soon to our website and YouTube. Stay tuned. Coming in the next few months. Okay, time for some features. I've been BSing a lot tonight. Once again, as we're getting out of the month of January, you can still check out our 2024 Album of the Year Countdown. 40-1 here on YouTube. 75-1 on the website with little write-ups and all our reviews from the whole year. And yeah, man, I have a house Twitter that I don't use much. That's Keefy with nothing else. And I can't, like, every few months, rappers and aggressive gamers try to buy my name, and I'm like, yo, Hollywood Keefy, if you want my Twitter handle that I've had since 2008, because I work in social media, you can add some zeros to that offer. I'm not going to sell it for less than, you know, many 4 zeros at least, if not, you know, a high single digit. We'll see. Now that I said that, I'll get banned. We've had a bunch of guest posts. We're rolling out the last of those this weekend. I mean, unbelievable people. Jeremy from Overkill and Castrator and Bleeding Through, and all these people just came and you know, supported us. Corey from God Forbid this week, you know, he's our homie. He's got a new song coming out with his other band soon. Haha, I hear you, man. I think Instagram's fun. I like the stories. I use our stories for fun things. And yeah, I just like, in terms of news, because we're trying to be a news source, and we have for almost 13 years, we are trying to, you know, just kind of be present. And a lot of people are still on there. I don't really want to fucking support fascists and racists. Fuck no. Castrator rules, absolutely. And they got a brand new guitar player who fucking rules. And our own list are rolling out. You can go on YouTube and see my personal top 20 with some honorable mentions. Some of them I have on vinyl. I just did this bad boy, the vinyl reissues of 2024. And much like when I read books, you know, you can't get to them all. Spells Rules is here. Riff Haven passed by. Lori W is joining. You know, most of them are from 2024. There's a few that I ordered in 2023 or came out in 2023, and I didn't get them or find them until 2024. But it's a fun list. You know, vinyl's a big passion of mine. My other podcast I'm going to talk about in a second is about vinyl. And we did the top books of 2024. A lot of great stuff there. And my personal top 20 that I mentioned already. Look at me with my different hats. I have so many looks. You have so many looks, Plopper. All right. And so interviews this week, and this is a shouting out again the graphic design prowess of Omar Cordy. Here's like a little bit of a new look for some we're trying out for our covers. Jaye Jayle, you might know Evan Patterson of Young Widows, which just reactivated, but Jaye Jayle's new album comes out tomorrow after Alter. It's kind of like a bluesy, broody, moody Americana dark folk record. There's a weirdo psychedelic doom cover of a Beatles song, which you definitely want to hear. I'm sure it's going to get a release at some point. Omar did a list. I think we're going to get his tomorrow or Saturday. He's been working like fucking nuts. But yeah, man, I've talked to him before. It was really great to talk to him again. I it's nice when you build a rapport with people and they remember you. I got some nice compliments on my Wardruna interview. I'll mention again in a second. Also this week, Joe Allen of Kurokuma. Now, if you have a band, okay, if you guys have bands out there and you're watching this, Machine Beast, I'm talking to you and everybody else. Kurokuma is like a stoner sludge doom metal band from the UK. And he's also worked his day job as social media management. And he's kind of got like a digital nomad lifestyle where he might backpack around Europe and just work remotely wherever he has, Wi-Fi. But Joe, they were on a label for a while, and then they went kind of totally DIY, but still operated like at a very high level, paid a super dope producer to produce their new record. They made all the fancy schmancy vinyl and cassettes, and they toured. And he did a thing where he did a bunch of YouTube videos on his channel a year or so ago where he was like, yo, here's how much we made. Here's how much we lost. Here's what we spent our money on. Here's how we managed to tour. Here's expenses on tour. Like really pulled the curtain back. And I was just blown away by this. And I don't know. I don't really, Army of Bears band is here. What up, what up? I don't really promote this a lot. Kimberly Rife is here. But if you have a band or you're a musician or you're interested in just kind of like maybe what this shit is all about, we have a private Facebook group called the Music Marketing Mixer. If you DM me, I'll add you to it. I don't really love Facebook anymore either, but my private groups and chats are important to me, my friendships and stuff, and obviously Ghost Cult's channels. But yeah, we really broke it down, me and Joe Allen, and really talked about like why he did this and what the future of the band looks like. And, I would love for like a Desertfest or somebody to bring them over here because they're a killer band and they deserve to get out on the road and come to America and, make and sell all that money, make and sell those things, make and sell those records they made. Once again, I just interviewed Wardruna yet again, Einar Selvik. I've been very lucky in my entire, it's coming soon, Jim. I got it, bro. I got it. I got you. Believe me, I got you. But I interviewed Einar from Wardruna once again. Rob Rage, what up? Hey, man. Got to interview Einar from Wardruna again. Brand new album, Burna, out now. They have a whole year of touring coming up. We just covered him at Red Rocks in the fall. Shout out to Jamie Sherwood of Ghost Cult. Ghost Cult is not just me and Omar. Ghost Cult is 40 or 50 people all over the world. Just once again, thanks again to Blabbermouth for promoting our Tom Angel Ripper interview from Sodom. That was really great. Tapping the Vein reissue is here. If you love thrash from 1992, you want to get your hands on that, your grubby hands on that guy. Ghost Cult Magazine has a podcast. Their show will be a podcast. All our stuff is usually podcast. There's also some exclusive stuff that gets on the podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. And because I don't have enough to do, I am the co-host of the Glacially Musical Podcast, beer, metal, and swearing, vinyl, all kinds of fun stuff. Last series, we did the early albums of Obituary deep dive. Then we did a chaser last week where we did the top albums of every year in rock and metal of the 80s. We had a guest. There were fights. We were slagging each other's picks. It was epic. And then now we started a new series. I've always been a little reluctant to do this. Pink Floyd is basically my favorite band ever. Jim knows. And, as much of a metalhead as I am, I do love Pink Floyd. I played in a Pink Floyd tribute band at one point. Like, they're my favorite. They're like my North Star as a musical thing. And so I've been like, we did a few Pink Floyd kind of odd end episodes here and there. And we reviewed the Gilmore album and concert. And I was like, man, if we do Pink Floyd, I'm going to just be like arcing ropes of jism everywhere. But we were like, you know what? Let's try to like see if we can do it with some composure and character, and just kind of really do it right. So we started with the Syd Barrett era. We're going to do some pre-Pink Floyd stuff with Syd, and then we're going to do some, the proper albums with Syd, and then we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to do the soundtrack era, which is one of my favorites, and then we will go do the proper. We've done a bunch of episodes already on Animals and the Animals re-releases the last couple of years, but we're going to do like a proper 70s Floyd run, metal through the wall, and maybe the final cut. Pink Floyd, greatest band to ever be. Dillinger, I agree. Greatest concert I've ever seen, I would agree. I saw Pink Floyd twice, Yankee Stadium and the old Giant Stadium in New Jersey and the Bronx, retrospectively, when I'm from New York, as you all know. Animals, yeah. My favorite Pink Floyd release, Jim Slayer's Wine, is Wish You Were Here. Always my favorite. I love The Wall. I think it's a little too wild. I know people love The Wall. They just gravitate to it. Dark Side is maybe the most relatable album ever. And I love Animals, and the older I get, I love Animals more and more. And clearly, if you are an American right now, Animals is like literally the fucking soundtrack to the next 4 years. Saw him in Oakland in the 90s. Yeah, man, I've never seen Roger. He's a complete dickweed, but he is a talented guy and a great lyricist. And never got to see Roger, and I don't think I'm going to. I don't think I will. But anyway, we do have some more Pink Floyd news coming up in a few minutes. And just a reminder, Ghost Cult's got some affiliate partners I like to plug. Like I said, you're never obligated to pay us anything or donate anything. If you want to give us a couple of dollars or give a couple of dollars to one of our causes we linked in the description, that's cool. We could always use some money. I could always use some money. But Lamb Goat, when you see ads at ghostcultmag.com, that's for through our partnership with Lamb Goat, the meaner, more hardcore Ghost Cult. We are level 2 Ghost Cult. We're level 2 of a music website, and they're like level the comments. But Lamb Goat's awesome. If you've got a band or a brand you want to promote, check out Lamb Goat Media for some advertising. We're proud to be part of them. And now, in addition to No Echo and Lamb Goat and This Day in Metal and New Metal Agenda and Metal Insider, Anthony Fantano, the Needle Drop, the busiest reviewer on the internet, is one of our peers. That's fucking cool. It's cool to see him pop up. Safety Training Band is here. Dagwan is here. Carlos is here. Flawless Touch is here. I'm trying to figure out what emoji that is, Flawless Touch. Let me know what that emoji is. And, of course, if you're watching this everywhere but TikTok, sorry, y'all, you're watching this on StreamYard. StreamYard is a one-stop shop for, I used that already once before, but this is your centralized place for streaming dominance. All the cool bells and whistles you see, that's because of StreamYard. If you're watching this on Instagram, it's because of StreamYard. Thank you. Thank you, StreamYard. If you sign up with the link in our description, because maybe you want to stream on Twitch or maybe you want to stream on YouTube or whatever, we get some money. If you sign up for the link, you get $10 off with our link, and we get some money off our payment, our monthly bill. So, it kind of works out. Coney Island Saucery is here. Is that like a hot sauce company or a pasta sauce company? Jeff fucking Wood is back. What up, Jeff and Don Fumetti? When you want to eat something unhealthy and fatty, but the only thing like that in the house is you, as me. I mean, like if I was a cat, this picture is me. I have a little more neck than this cat, but not by much. Not by much. King has had a sneak listen to Parabellum's second album they're working on now. And holy shit, it kills. I can't wait. You make the official hot sauce for Slayer. Hey, Coney Island Saucery, do you mind if I DM you? We've been doing a lot of food reviews. We did Shinedown hot sauce was sent to us. It wasn't super spicy, but it was tasty. And we've got some other, I think the Motorhead hot sauces are getting sent to us. I could not get my hands on the Mastodon ones. I have a whole fridge and cabinet full of band hot sauces. Probably the hottest one I've ever had is Gorgatron's Wet Hot American Hot Sauce. And just like the poster of the TV show and the movie, that's the label on the bottle. And it was blazing. I also like Tears of the Sun by High River Sauces. That Tears of the Sun, I think, is made by in partnership with Chris Caffrey of Sabotage and TSO. But Fallout and Trailer Park Boys. Yeah, I'm down, man. Let's collab on some stuff. If you send me out the hot sauce, I'll do a video on it. I also did the Kitty non-alcoholic beer, even though I am a craft beer person and I don't do a lot of non-alcoholic beer, but maybe I need to now because I can't drink too much anymore. All right, holy shit. It's time for the news rundown. And you know what we do. When we start the news rundown, we talk about metal festivals. Tomb of Minerva's second album in the works now. Awesome. Sounds killer. I'm into it. We have so much talent here in the Bay Area. It's pretty fucking amazing. If you're watching this, you are not watching the FireAid benefit concert everywhere right now on TV and streaming. I heard that Pink was particularly awesome and did some Janis Joplin. I'm interested to hear how some of the rock bands did. You know, you have to have the Chili Peppers at every kind of relief concert for California. So Anthony Kiedis can say California, California, California 3 times, like the Candyman. But I'm glad they're doing this thing. You know, I would love to see Earth, Wind, and Fire. Most of these artists are not for me. I do like Lady Gaga. I would like Lady Gaga and Pink to team up and do a heavy metal record. I think they could do it. I saw Pink sing with Guns N' Roses. She was badass. Dillinger says, I think Biohazard will have their biggest year ever. With you. I'm with you. And Biohazard and Life of Agony is pretty much a foregone conclusion to co-headline for North America since they're already doing Europe. I'm here for it. Very excited. You will definitely 100% get a Biohazard interview with either myself and Omar with at least 2 members of Biohazard, if not the whole band. That's happening. Billy is along to, you know, Lady Gaga, Majesty Productions, welcome. Ella Mommy, hello. Majesty Productions, that was really good. You know, Metallica has sworn off playing on TV ever since, except for their own live stream festivals and concerts. You know, it was fucked up. Award shows are not my favorite thing either. We'll talk about that in a second. But you know what, man? She did her thing. If you ever get to hear the unmixed, not fucked up by TV, where Metallica was like literally mixed to be backing her up, and Leslie Jones introduced Lady Gaga and Metallica. It's like, no, it's Metallica and Lady Gaga. I know she's a big pop star, but no, man. She was there to be with them, not the other fucking way around, you dumbass. And I like her. There's nothing wrong with her, but like, you know, whatever. But yeah, thanks for chiming that in. Lady Gaga would do like a Iron Maiden type of record if I had to guess, or a Priest. And I think Pink would do just a straight up hard rock, Bonnie Raitt, Stevie Nicks thing. Venom Inc. is playing Goldfields. That's right. I mean, you know, Venom Inc. Some lineup changes going on there. We reported on that too last week. This weekend, we'll start with the things in chronological order. Planet Desert Rock. I wish I was going to this, man. I just can't get out there to Vegas for this. But one of my favorite bands ever is headlining Fireball Ministry, Unita, Moss Generator, Dual Valley of the Sun, Solace, whose lead singer just passed away a couple weeks ago, Sergeant Thunderhoof all the way from the UK, Germ, The Watchers, Bonehawk, Luna Soul, Mr. Bison, Sons of Arrakis, Fire Down Below, Godzillionaire, which is the frontman of the former band Paw, Green Desert Water, Iota, and Jason Walker's Bad Motorfinger. That show is already underway tonight. So already Moss Generator, Sergeant Thunderhoof, Solace, The Watchers, Omega Sun, and Green Desert Water all playing tonight. Shout out to John Gist, who books this as part of Vegas Rock Revolution. I need to get out to this thing. This would have been the year because I love Fireball Ministry. Big year for Fireball Ministry. Gonna have a reissue album out soon and a brand new album hopefully later in the year. Always envious of Evan Seinfeld because he was married to Tara Patrick. Jim, I have a funny Tara Patrick story to give you, but not tonight. Not tonight. I'm going to tell that story in the beginning of March on this show because I think it's worth telling. Also, if you're here, you are not on the 70 Tons of Metal cruise, which just debarked today from Miami. I have many friends on the boat. I am not on the boat. I wish I was. We've covered the cruise. I've never been on it. I want to. And you know what? It's a huge lineup this year. Let's just quickly share the screen. I know I haven't been on camera for a hot minute, except on TikTok, because y'all are watching me. Let's just take a quick look at the 70 Tons lineup here because I thought it was rad. Let's see, did I have it ready to go? I don't remember. No, let's see, Chrome tab. Maybe I don't have access to it. I might have closed it. Oh well, whatever. Fuck it. They have a great tour, a great cruise. And then a lot of bands are going to come off the cruise and go on tour, which is dope. Just followed you. Thank you so much, Majesty. I will follow you back. Kimber is also here. Suzanne Greenfuss is here. I'll follow anybody back that follows us on all the things. How are you feeling about TikTok being back, everybody? Do you think it's good? I think they definitely fucked with it in that bullshit blackout that was not necessary. Warped Tour has finally started announcing their first bands. We were one of the first websites to have the news. How do you feel about this Warped Tour so far? I like some of the bands that have been announced. Some of them could be better. I did a little poll on our community page on the old YouTube. So Washington, D.C., June 14th and 15th. So far, there's a bunch of other bands announced, but Bowling for Soup, Chandler Layton, Dancehall Crashers, Miss May I. We're probably going to interview them. Pennywise, due for an interview with them again. Simple Plan. Depends on who's playing. Yeah, I need to see the whole lineup. Now, you know that 2 of these dates are already completely sold out. Oh, I got the Jason Roeder news late because I ran around all day today. Like, the reason I went on late right now, and some of our everydayers are not here because I went on at a randomly later time, is because I had like health-related errands. I had to get my meds and things like that today. I'll talk about sleep in a second, Dillinger, because absolutely needs to be talked about. So Orlando is the only one that's not totally sold out yet, right? I think I have these out of order. I do, of course. Orlando has Chandler Layton, Pennywise, Miss May I, and a bunch of other bands. And then Long Beach, which is, I don't know if I want to go to Long Beach in July. I thought this would be the one I would go to. I'm kind of pumped for Dancehall Crashers to be unretired. Bowling for Soup, you know, we interviewed Jarrett a couple of years ago, a year and a half ago. Great guy. Pennywise again, of course, but Pennywise tours so much. And then there's some other stuff. We'll talk about Nine Inch Nails in a second. But like, I'm into it. It already looks horrible. I had predicted, like, there's no way to have the Warped Tour. Fear would be a good band on Warped Tour. TSOL would be a good band on Warped Tour. I think, you know, if you look at that, like, festival we covered in June, the Pomona No Values Fest, that's a good model. I'm actually like, to have Simple Plan and Bowling for Soup and Pennywise play some of these things, that's already better than I thought it was going to be. I thought you would get one good legendary band and then no other legendary bands and a bunch of baby bands. But it seems like they're going to try. Now, this thing's not cheap. I'm sure the secondary ticket sales market will have other tickets. And, you know, I don't know. I'm into it. I'm glad it's coming back. They said if it does well, they will do more in the future years. So it's back. Vans is a huge part of that because if they weren't, you know, sponsoring it, it wouldn't be back. But, you know, I think it serves a purpose. When we were young, I think it's very oversaturated and very expensive for one day. So if you did 2 days of Warped Tour, it's still cheaper than When We Were Young Fest. Aw, thanks so much. I appreciate you, Brooklyn Miss. You're the best. Dad Kennedy's and HR will be announced. Maybe they're touring together. That makes sense. Too bad Jello. No, Jello. I'm King, man. If you ever met Jello, let me know. I need to meet Jello Biafra. I'm hoping to just bump into him randomly somewhere downtown or in Oakland or in Berkeley. He still goes to punk shows. He still shows up at metal shows. I saw him with Cavalera last year. I saw him at No Values Fest with both Suicidal and Dillinger Escape Plan, which was crazy. Dillinger Compound's here. He knows. I interviewed East Bay Ray, and he was so curmudgeonly and shitty. I think I didn't run the interview, but he was like just brutal to talk to. It's one of the few that I never could run. He was so fucking mean. And he hates Jello. That motherfucker ripped me off for years. Fuck him. I was like, oh, fuck, man. All right. Anyway, I agree. Spoiler alert, my band Angst, one of the first songs we're going to cover, I probably shouldn't leak it out, but I'm going to, is Biotech is Godzilla. And I'm going to do the vocals on that. I'm so fucking pumped. because I definitely don't sound like Max. So I'm gonna sing it my way, and we'll see if it works. It may not work at all. BJ Jones is here. Alexandra's here. 865 Logan is here. We brought something is here. Yep. And Agent Orange. That's right. I think he was side stage for Suicidal watching them. All right, 9 Inch Nails. We got a lot of 9 Inch Nails news this week. Trent Reznor is headlining NOS Fest with St. Vincent and a bunch of other artists. They don't have a poster yet, so we have this awesome photo from Aftershock. You might have been there, King, like a 2017 Aftershock or 2018. Shot by my dear friend, Will I Go Live? I sing every week on this show, just about. I might have a verse to drop later. But, yeah, I mean, we're going to do some live streaming and stuff like that, Brooklyn Miss. So we'll see how it goes. I'm feeling hungry, and I don't have a snack nearby. Milwaukee Metalfest, just a reminder, tickets are on sale for that now. We got the day splits already down. Chimera, Black Label Society, Devin Townsend, Exodus, Gwar, Arch Enemy, Dillinger Escape Plan, Scour, new Scour record coming soon. Sacred Reich, new album coming soon. Destruction, new album coming soon. All the things. I can go pee between the buried and me, or go get a food and not give a shit about them. Ouch. Anyway, this is an interesting story. So Prog Power, I don't know if you guys are prog progressive metal nerds. I agree, Majesty. I'll talk about that in a second, because I did a whole thing on Mayhem Fest. I did a whole live stream podcast on the history, the deep and interesting history of Mayhem Fest. And I think I'll tell you what, before Warped Tour comes back in June, I probably will do a whole history of Warped Tour, just because Milwaukee Metalfest is legendary. I haven't been back to the new one yet. Maybe this is the year. We will see. So Prog Power is having an interesting problem. Prog Power Festival takes place every September. It always sells out. It's not like a huge amount of people. It's probably like less than 1,000 people, probably more like 400 or 500 people go to this, but it's like a real tight-knit theater, a tight-knit group. And they announced their 2025 lineup, and immediately the tickets were gone. And here's the thing: when you have festivals like Milwaukee Metalfest and Maryland Deathfest and things like that, and even the bigger festivals, the Danny Wimmer festivals that have some international bands play, they don't pay for those bands to come over. They just pay them a guarantee to play the show. The bands have the onus is on them to get visas, to book travel, to pay for things. They might get a hotel rate cheap. They might get some incentives. But really, when bands come to America, and the last 2 years, the visas to come into America and to go over to Europe have both increased exponentially. I think it went up 20% last year and another 25% this year. Before a band comes here, I remember interviewing Sepultura, Derek and Andreas, in 2018, and they were like, yeah, we spend like $70,000 before we get on a plane. I think it ended up leading to Derek kind of moving back here permanently to LA because he was tired of paying that shit out. Like, not that amount per person, but the band combined has to lose $70,000 to then make it up on the tour. It's brutal. So the Prog Power organizer, who apparently is a great guy, a couple of years ago during the pandemic, they had the same thing. He's like, oh, I'm trying to pay, it was like a visa problem, and he couldn't get people in, and they had to expedite it, and he crowdfunded for some money, and the fans loved the festival, so they paid and helped him bring the bands in. So Prog Power actually pays for the band's visas. Every international band, he helps them come here. And then suddenly there's been some hangups with the visas and some kind of a problem with the administrating of the visas, and so he was like, I may have to ask for money again, and I don't want to. So it's a curious thing. I kind of feel like if the tickets for the festival don't pay for all of this, it's kind of, I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not judging, but I'm judging a little. But also, like, it's a great festival. I don't want to see it go out of business. I would love to go there. I love Atlanta. I almost moved to Atlanta. I talk a lot about my late childhood best friend, Damian Danville of Atlanta, passed away. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Noise Pop Festival right here in the Bay Area. Probably not a thing for you, King, but Chat Pile is part of it. St. Vincent, Benjamin Gibbard, Earl Sweatshirt, American Football Soccer Mommy, who I'm a fan of, Div, Danny Brown, American Analog Set, Nick Lowe, and Los Straight Jackets, Chat Pile, La Savvy Fav, who I saw like 35 years ago, a tribute to David Lynch, the Red Room Orchestra, Reverend Horton Heat, It's a psychobilly freakout. Ah! If you like Beavis and Butthead, I did that one for you. It's a pretty cool looking lineup. I believe I'm going to try to get to see Chat Pile. Past years, I saw Boy Harsher. I saw King Woman as a part of Noise Pop before, so I'm here for it. I wouldn't mind going to that David Lynch thing. And definitely Chat Pile. And I would like to meet the Chat Pile guys, because Chat Pile was the biggest interview Ghost Call had anywhere in 2024. 10,000 people have seen the Chat Pile interview on YouTube, and plus our website, plus social media, plus blah, blah, blah. Podcast. Fucking awesome. And I didn't even interview them. It was our own Tom Osmond from the UK. This is LA. This is coming up this weekend. A benefit for California Fires. God's Hate, Rotting Out, Zabalba, H2O, Strife, Downpressor, Zulu, and more at the Belasco. I like when people are trying to raise money for a good cause. Love and Respect 7 is here. XR Prince Coin. Teddy. Lando No Chill. Dude, Lando has no chill. Turin Horse 666 is here. Mercury Rev, right? M3 Festival. This is pretty interesting. There's a part of me that's like morbidly curious. I wouldn't mind seeing Sebastian Bach and David Lee Roth. But also, and I love fucking Slaughter. But also Steven Adler. Except cool. Winger. Stephen Piercy and Warren DeMartini performing Rat, but not Rat. Ace Frehley, who I love, but he's terrible live. Warrant with their new singer, I guess. Great White with their new singer. Lita Ford, cool. Vixen, cool. Spread Eagle, cool. I've interviewed them before. Thank you for the hearts. Whoever just gave us some hearts, I appreciate you. Please keep doing it. Bella Boo is here. Hi, Bella Boo. And Buppy is here. I appreciate you. Oh, I'll wave to you. So, yeah, I don't know. This is a morbid curiosity for the beginning of May. I'm probably not going to Baltimore for this. If I could go to Baltimore, it would be for Maryland Deathfest. Uprising Fest in the UK. This got announced in Leicester or Leicester. I don't know. Academy. In the UK, it's Chester. And in America, it's Stir, if you need the pronunciation key. But Earthtone 9, Esoterica. These are some good-ass bands. Obeyer. Tane just put a new album out. So these are some cool bands. This is a cool little festival. We're trying to build up our team again to do some more stuff in the UK and Europe. What are we talking about tonight? Bella Boo, we are talking about rock and heavy metal. If you're not a fan, that's cool. If you are a fan, you found the right place. King says, I met this punk band back in 2007 where I worked called Oppressed Logic. They were from the Bay Area. Dudes gave you a free CD and it kicked ass. That's awesome. I love that. That's how I was with the Hemorrhage dudes. They just hit me up with a bunch of merch. They just hit us up with a bunch of merch. Bella Boo, if you follow us on TikTok, I will follow you back. I promise. We're just doing right now. We're running down the news, and we always start with the metal festivals and then concert tours and then news, rumors, and drama, and then a little fun new music out this week, and then something fun from my collection or the mail that I like to share, and then we're going to be out. So we'll probably be on for another hour. This is going to go long. Thanks for being here. 2 minutes to Tulsa. 2 minutes to Tulsa is a heavy metal festival taking place at the end of March. Liege Lord, Lizzie Borden, Satan, Midnight, Hellstar, Sacred Right, Haunt, who I fucking love and I've interviewed here, and a bunch of other bands. Blind Oath. This is a cool fucking festival. I'm not going to go to Oklahoma for it, but I'm glad it exists. You know what I'm saying? Bella Boo is part of the rock world, so you love to hear some tea. Oh, fuck. Oh, you know what? Let me back up for a second. I got asked about the sleep drama, right? Dillinger. I'm sorry, pal. So I didn't get to put this into the deck, but we'll talk about it now. So Jason Roeder was the original drummer of Neurosis, now broken up. And he's been the drummer for Sleep for an equal amount of time. He's an incredible drummer. He is essential to the sound of Sleep. He's one of my favorite bands. My battle vest is kind of on the wall. It's not behind me anymore because I moved apartments. But everybody, I got like the most compliments I got on my battle vest is I have a Sleep patch right here from the Sciences. And it's like an astronaut with a bong in space. And it looks like a NASA logo. And people like, oh my fucking God, Ken Pierce Media is up late. What's up, pal? Everybody go follow my dear friend Ken Pierce Media on all his things. He is amazing. I'm so grateful for you, pal. So yeah, Jason Roeder put out a post yesterday that was like, I'm quitting music and selling all my gear. Being in music is a horrible experience, and I can't do it anymore. I'll miss it. And people were like, what the fuck? Then he wipes his Instagram, wipes that message out, but we already saved the screenshots. And then he goes, today, okay, I'm not done with music forever, but I was fired from Sleep. And by the manager in November with no explanation. So there's definitely some drama there. And I'm going to say we've interviewed Matt Pike a few times for his different bands, and I love Pike. But I imagine that he's wild, and it's probably hard to fucking deal with him. And he also, I think Ohm also fired their drummer around the same time. So Roeder said, I wish my Neurosis bandmates well. I think this was in yesterday's message. I wish them well, but we're broken up and we're not doing anything anymore. At some point, those guys will get back together and do something else with the brand. But at this point, or do something else as a band. Some of those guys from Neurosis. Steve Von Till's got a great solo career. I can't imagine what it would take for him to come out of the mountains and work with other people again. But I'm bummed, man. I love Sleep, and I have been predicting that maybe Sleep would drop something for this year, but maybe Pike is so busy with his solo career and High on Fire that maybe Sleep is just dormant again for a while. Rockstar 2K is here. All right, let's whip through the rest of these and get to the news. Bottlerock, I've been talking about this. I'm probably going to go cover Bottlerock this year. I'm thinking about it heavily. I asked to get put in, and it's not that metal, but it's very fancy, high class quality, and it's chill. It's not that many humaning. It's not too many motherfuckers to have to deal with. And so I can't afford to see Green Day, and I don't think they would put us in to see them anyway at the baseball stadiums. So if I get covered for the festival, I can see and review Green Day. I can see Cage the Elephant, Ice Cube. I see Sublime again with the kid. He's great. Sophie Tucker, Public Enemy, Remy Wolf, E40, Flow Rider, Sharon Van Etten, who I'm a fan of. So, Robbie Krieger. I've never seen the Doors or any Robbie Krieger, anybody. So that would be kind of fun for me. And maybe some smaller bands. I always discover some new artists there and such. So I'm hopeful that I get to go to this. Probably also means I can't, if I do this, I can't probably go to Maryland Net Fest. But maybe I can do Milwaukee Metalfest and then come home and do Bottlerock. Bottlerock Napa. Presented by Jam Cellars Wine. Okay. I'm a huge fan. Everybody's seen my Muddy Roots gear. Muddy Roots has announced a whole fuck ton of bands, and I'll talk about the lineup in further detail next week. But the headliner is now Eagles of Death Metal, along with Amigo the Devil, one of my favorites. Do I interview a lot of bands? I do interview a lot of bands. There's some clips on our YouTube profile, and all our interviews are either on our website, our YouTube, and our podcasts. Bands I have interviewed in the past, and even most recently, include Ozzy, Alice in Chains, Devin Townsend, NoFX, Corrosion Conformity, Biohazard, Cannibal Corpse. I go on job interviews and they're like, I Googled you and it says you interviewed Cannibal Corpse. What's that about? Well, it's about, I'm also a music journalist and I have a lot of fun doing it. So one of my lights went out. It's pretty funny. So, let there be light. Chappelle Show joke right there. I can smell your lightsaber. Anyway, Eagles of Death Metal doing a bunch of touring later this year, playing festivals and things like that. I have yet to interview Disturbed, but some friends of mine might be touring with them, so I might get a chance to. I would love to interview Disturbed. I'm a big Dan Donegan fan, actually, as a guitarist. I have an interview coming up with Lacuna Coil. I have some interviews coming up with Oni. If you're into that band, I have so much stuff. And it's not just me. Like I said, Ghost Cult is all over the world. I interviewed, Dan's girlfriend. Haha, that's funny. Yeah, I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of his. And John, I play bass, so I love John Moyer. I saw Disturbed like before their album even came out. They played like a special showcase in New York City, and I was into it immediately. Anywho, and I think I'm going to do Sound of Silence karaoke on Monday. Actually, I've been practicing it. So yeah, Eagles of Death Metal. Yeah, I'd love to interview Disturbed someday. I think I'm interviewing the bassist of Shinedown soon. All kinds of people, man. I've been doing this for... Ghost Cult has been around for over 12 years, almost 13. I have been a music journalist for 16 or 17 years. About the same time I've been a social media manager. So doing the damn thing. Doesn't matter who, I'll talk to them. This is pretty cool. Bucharest Deathfest in Romania. Flesh crawl, analepsy. Got to be a horrible fucking thing to suffer for. Squash Bowels, a cool band. Guinea Pig. And De Profundis and a bunch of other gnarly fucking crazy bands. Look at this fucking artwork. It's fucking harrowing. Unfortunately, on TikTok, you can't see it. But, yeah, fucking terrifying. Time to Rock Fest is another heavy metal festival in Sweden's coziest rock festival since 2006. Y&T, Crocus, Michael Schechner, Nestor, Jolyn Turner, Battle Beasts, Sonata Arctica, Myrath, Smash Into Pieces. I love them guys. Firewind, Corpaclani, UK Subs, randomly a punk band just in there with all these weird folk and heavy metal bands, and a whole bunch of others. And Mikey D, who we're going to have to talk about in a minute, who just suffered like a major illness. He seems like he's getting back. Thanks so much, Bella Boo. I appreciate you, and we're going to follow you back. Thanks so much. You're the shit. And Jess is here, and Patriotic Ambas is here, and Hunter 13 is here. Maybe Hunter 13 is from Boston, I bet. But yeah, Mikey D is going to do the best of Motorhead with like friends of his, like Mikey D and Friends. I think that's fucking sick. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Majesty Productions, you are cool. I thank you. All right. Moving on. Basinfire Fest. We covered this last year or talked about it. Czechia. This is all Eastern Europe stuff. Doro, Moonspell with a special anniversary set. Exodus, Dark Tranquility, Ensiferum, Hatebreed, Dead Daisies, Infected Rain, Cattle Decapitation, Enslaved, Belphegor, new album coming soon. That's exciting. Arcona, who doesn't come to America much. Benediction just announced a new album. Omnium Gatherum, I've interviewed them. Rise of the North Star. Sacred Reich, Schizophrenia, Steven Seagulls, and many more. That is a cool looking festival, folks. Desertfest London coming up this May has announced their day splits, headlined by Elder, Zeal and Otter, and Earth, as well as Amun-Ra, Pallbearer. I've interviewed all these bands, actually. All of these bands I've talked to. This is fucking crazy, actually. Castle Rat is on that festival. Holy shit. So pretty cool. Hopefully we'll cover it again. And then this just happened. So this festival's over, but I wanted to bring attention to it. This is a pretty cool festival. Ceremony Fest happened in December in Nashville for all you Nashvillans. And yeah, it had some pop artists and rappers, but it also had like Beauty School Dropout and Grayscale. And I was like, man, this is a little something for everybody. So I'm kind of interested. Young Culture, maybe they come back next year. Mod Sun I've seen live, and Kenny Hoopla. So maybe they come back next year, and maybe if there's a couple more heavier bands, we'll think about doing it. Once in a while, we have some people that go down to Nashville and do some stuff. Patilio 2K is here also. What's up? Yeah, we love the prog metal, Jim. We love the prog metal. I'm just going to leave this here. You know, sometimes the Onion and Hard Times, they're just too fucking perfect. Conservatives claim German mustache guys' allegiance is greatly exaggerated. You know, just got to leave it there sometimes. Got to just leave it there. Some shit defies fucking belief. You know what I'm saying? This shit just doesn't write itself. Remember concerts. Holy shit. Concerts. It's time to talk about concerts. It was a huge dump of metal festivals. I appreciate you for sticking with us. 9 Inch Nails tickets went on sale, and they immediately had to add extra dates, and people were fucking flipping out over, like, literally a 20,000 queue waiting time of people. Some people did get tickets. It seemed like the average ticket was $68, $70 for nosebleeds and $130 or $40 for the floor, plus fucking fees. I think they're going to add more dates. I think they're going to add some festivals. Again, my strategy is like, you know, if you can't afford to go see 9 Inch Nails at the Enormo Dome, try to see them at a festival. It's probably more bang for your buck. Exodus, these two shows, 40 years of Bonded by Blood. Immediately after they got Dukes back in the band, they're going to do Bonded by Blood with Death Angel one night, and yeah, they're gonna Death Angel both nights actually, and then other openers, and then these shows sold out immediately. I asked to get put in for this, but we'll see, because it's a hometown show for Exodus and Death Angel. Kind of hard, But we'll see. I hope I get to go. Pantera is currently on tour in Europe with Power Trip and Child Bite, who we've also interviewed. All of these bands. I forget that I interviewed Phil Anselmo like 10, 12 years ago. Alice Cooper has announced that so Nita Strauss is busy doing her tour, so she had like dropped out for this handful of tour dates starting tomorrow, and Orianthi was going to come back in and tour, and then she has a hip and leg injury, so she's not going to be able to tour. So he got Gilby Clarke from Guns N' Roses fame to come in and play some lead guitar. And Alice usually has 2 or 3 guitar players and multiple soloists. So kicking off tomorrow in Augusta, Georgia. Kind of exciting. Opie is here. Sario is here. Broski is here. The Chugster 010 is here. That's cool. I wonder if that's like a tab notation. Jasta tonight. This already happened basically on the East Coast. Probably just ending. Jasta and Friends Thrash Thursdays 2025. Tonight's guest was Bobby Blitz on vocals with support from The Accused. And on February 20th, if you're in the Connecticut, New England area, our homie and former Ghost Cult interviewee, Tommy Victor of Prong. Black Rose 1 is here. Yo, what's up? Thanks for being here. Mariah is here also. Mariah, me and Mariah go together like a baby and a pacifier. Born of Osiris tour coming up soon for Europe has already added Entheos as one of the openers now. This looks pretty cool. I think we're going to get a new Born of Osiris EP or record this year. Meshuggah, I'm trying to go to this tour also. Holy Death is here. Meshuggah, Cannibal Corpse, and Carcass. Is there a better 1, 2, 3 this year at all? You know, I know people are going to say like Metallica, Pantera, and Suicidal, but like, holy shit. Meshuggah headlining over Cannibal Corpse and Carcass. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I think one of the first dates on the tour is San Francisco, so I'm going to try for that one too. Hidden Mother is a band I'm very high on from the UK for some sludgy, great UK metal. They have a February tour dates announced now, all starting later in the month. So Newcastle, Liverpool, Birmingham, and Huddersfield. That's a matinee show. That's going to be fun. Punching people out in the daylight. Tremonti's headline tour is underway. He's got a new solo album out. I've interviewed Mark Tremonti. Fun, beautiful, great guy. What a fucking gem of a person. It was an honor. Absolute terrific. And the Tremonti album is very solid. You know, Tremonti's like the heavier metal, the more metal version of, you know, what he does with Alter Bridge, which is more hard rock. And he said this week that, like, if we write a new Creed record, it has to be fucking awesome. So we'll see what happens. Horror fans, John Carpenter, live in concert. He just put out his Lost Themes in a new vinyl package you can buy from Sacred Bones Records. Sacred Bones Records also has the new soundtrack to Nosferatu, which you might want to get. But if you love horror music, thanks, Phantom Cadaver. I appreciate you following us. I will follow you back when the show is over. If you love John Carpenter's many, many awesome movie soundtracks, he's going to perform live in concert around Halloween time in LA. I might have to go down there for this. I wonder if my hetero life mate there, Omar Cordy, the co-owner of Ghost Cult, will also go. He's a huge John Carpenter fan. Brit Floyd, the world's greatest Pink Floyd tribute that has laser lights and inflatable pigs and the whole 9 yards, is going to do a world tour and play my favorite Pink Floyd record, Wish You Were Here, in its entirety, plus some other hits. This is a photo we covered and shot about a year and a half ago of their tour. We've covered them a few times. They are coming here to the Greek Theater in Berkeley. I might have to go because I love me some Pink Floyd, and I'm never going to see Pink Floyd again, probably. Maybe I'll get to see David Gilmour or Nick Mason if they come back as solo artists, but I will not go see Roger Waters because he's a dickweed. Rocker Dad is here. Wayne 808 is here. Yeah, man, Phantom. We were talking a lot about Floyd just before you joined, so thanks for being here. William Saunders is back. Hey, William. Rival Schools. Everybody knows my personal Jesus punk is Walter Schreifels of Quicksand and Gorilla Biscuits and Rival Schools. I saw Rival Schools a couple years back. They are doing a UK tour in May. Obituary, we talked about this last week. Tickets are on sale now for the celebrating 35 years of Cause of Death. My podcast, the Glacially Musical Podcast, just did the first 4 obituary records. We're on to some Pink Floyd shit now. But this tour is crazy. It's too many. It's kind of too many bands. I'm getting old, y'all. I don't want to see 5 bands on a Tuesday. Obituary, Nails, Terror, Spirit World, and Pest Control. Bangers. It's going to be all fucking violence and bangers and probably sick merch. Sylvia and Leah is here. Daniel 19 is here. Usario is back. What up? But I don't know if I want to do 5 whole bands. And I don't want to come late because Spirit World rules and Pest Control is solid. Fadetooth has announced some Brooklyn shows with Sunrot. Great band. New album out. New EP out now from Sunrot. Great noise. Sludge band. Thornhill, Bodies, Avoid, Ocean Grove, and Banks Arcade announced some U.S. tour dates. That's pretty cool. Thornhill, I've interviewed them before also. And Avoid. Bick is here. Can we flick your Bick? Maybe. Y'all hanging in there with me. I appreciate you. Someone popped up on Twitch. What up? Give us a follow. We'll follow you back. Jeff Tate said this week, he's been talking some interesting shit. He is going to go on tour. There's just one date. I don't have the whole tour date poster here, but I was like, Jeff Tate is going to play all of Mindcrime, the final chapter, for the first and last time, or for the last time ever. He's been doing it for years. He got his voice back. He had some throat surgeries, working on new music. I love Queensryche. Maybe I need this. Maybe I don't. I saw Mindcrime and Empire tours back in the day, and then more of the recent Queensryche stuff. I've interviewed Whip before. I've interviewed Todd Latore. So maybe. This is me. Doors open at 7. Headliner at 12. 30 old me at 10 p.m. Fucking dying, bro. Just fucking dying. Anytime I see a show with 2 bands, I'm fucking ecstatic. There's only 2 bands tonight. Fuck yes. Let me fucking tell you. Alrighty, time for some journalism. That was the show was over at this time last week, and I still have a little bit of show to go. Present Man is here. Hello. I'm gonna rock it though. A lot of Metallica stuff going on. They've been doing a lot of charity work. They still have their flyaway contest to win a private flight to see them anywhere in the world on a private jet for you and 6 of your pals. And then they have updated their black box this week, which is the Metallica archival online museum. You see Slayer is doing that. Event Sevenfold did that. So this week, the new black box is also featuring the posters. It's all their artwork and posters and artists, which also means there'll be merch for sale from some of those things, like reprinted. And they did a new version of their Stern pinball machine that's like $80,000 I can't never afford. And then last but not least, we know that February 10th is Cliff Burton Day in the Castro Valley. And there will be some online, as always, some online and in-person events around San Francisco and the Castro Valley area, which is the East Bay, southern East Bay, if I'm not mistaken. And a lot of Metallica stuff coming. And then obviously they're going on tour in just about a month and a half for the whole, we'll see, last go round of M72. I don't know. Matt Pinfield, man, the MTV icon, presenter, radio legend, all around music encyclopedia, had a stroke recently. This is, 4 or 5 years after he was run over by a car crossing the street at the Green. He had the right of way and the light, and he got run over, literally physically run over by a car in a hit and run. And he almost died, and he came all the way back. And now he's very incapacitated, apparently in a coma. Tommy Gunn is here. Ben Kelly 105 is here. Mark Crothers. And apparently Matt Pinfield's 2 daughters are contesting that they need power of attorney because his girlfriend is maybe going to run off with his money or sell his apartment or something while he's incapacitated. And maybe he's going to come back. Maybe he's not. It's very hard to come back from a stroke. But we love Matt. I met him. I gave him I had a quick interaction with him at Aftershock 2022. He was pretty nice. I was like, hey, Matt, thank you for everything. And he gave me the thumbs up. He's from New Jersey, which is cool. But he didn't have much time to talk because he was interviewing people all day on Twitch for Danny Wimmer Fest. Danny Wimmer Presents. So get well soon, Matt, and we'll keep you posted if we hear anything else. Def Leppard, we know that Vivian Campbell was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma many years ago, and then he had a bone marrow transplant, and so he's very immunocompromised right now, so he's not touring. The band just played in Mexico. Their next tour date is in late May, when they begin their next world tour. They have much more stuff to announce this year. So Viv was replaced by his guitar tech for one concert, and now the band is hoping that Viv will come back in time to play those shows this summer and spring. But in the meantime, 100 days of primary recovery. Best of luck, Viv. And then one more thing on the health front, I thought I'd just stack these stories all together. If you're a fan of death metal and grindcore, you know Nick Barker. Nick Barker was a member of Cradle of Filth, of Lockup, of Terrorizer, some of the best bands in the world. He guested on a Testament. He did a tour with. Nick Barker, a couple of years ago, had kidney failure. He's unable to tour. He needs a new kidney, but in the meantime, he's gone kind of like permanent dialysis, and it was a GoFundMe for him, and then he kind of went silent, and we were kind of weird, like, oh my God, is anything going on with him? But apparently he popped up for an interview this week, and he says, like, I'm having to adjust to not being able to really play drums anymore or not be able to tour. Hopefully someday maybe I can get back my health enough to maybe record some drums or just do music again, but like very sad. We love Nick Barker. I got to see him live a couple of times. I think he was in Dimmu Borgir at one point. Guy's incredible. Deaf Heaven announced a new album, dropped a new single, announced a new headline tour. We know all that's coming. Deaf Heaven, we broke the story that they were teasing billboards all across the country, that they had just a picture of them and the Roadrunner logo. Their new album and their new record label is Roadrunner Records. Very interesting times for the band. Becoming Led Zeppelin. There you go, Jim, if you're still around. Maybe gone now, but Becoming Led Zeppelin is the new exclusive first ever authorized documentary of the band with their permission and help, and it is coming to movie theaters next week. It's going to be I believe it's going to be on IMAX on the 5th and the 6th, and then every other theater in the world on the 7th. And JD Miller's here, Monster is here. What up, what up, what up? Lulu is here. Zucchini is here. I love me some zucchini, especially fried zucchini. But Becoming Led Zeppelin's got exclusive interviews never seen before, including never before seen interviews with John Paul Jones and John Bonham, because they didn't do that many compared to Page and Plant. A lot of history, and it's mixed. The audio is mixed with help from Jimmy Page and all kinds of shit. So, yeah, I mean, it looks fucking cool. I saw the trailer a couple of times when I saw Nosferatu and the werewolf movie, whatever that is. Last two movies I saw. So, yeah, I'm dying to see this. I'm a huge Led Zeppelin fan. And spent my whole teenage life playing Led Zeppelin bass lines and singing like Plant, and then my balls dropped and I couldn't sing like that anymore. Black Sabbath, because we're just going to run the table on all these veteran bands. Black Sabbath was awarded the Freeman of the City of Birmingham, UK. So getting their flowers late in life, but their hometown of Birmingham, United Kingdom, is named them all Freeman of the City, apparently the highest honor one can get. And there maybe, I saw a picture of Ozzy today that gave me a pause, it made me sad, but perhaps all the members will be convened for the award. As you know, Bill Ward hasn't been around much with them. I know he bumped into Iommi last year at an art gallery thing, just randomly. And Geezer lives in America with his wife, Gloria, and he's basically retired from music. But it'd be cool if they all got together. I know that Sharon is still trying to plan like a farewell Ozzy show for Black Sabbath. I just don't see him. I don't want to see Ozzy in a chair, and I just, after seeing that Hall of Fame thing, which I'm thrilled that he got in, I don't want to see him suffering. That will make me fucking sad. Electric Callboys got a new song out and possibly will put out a new record this year. They're also going to announce a bunch of new tour dates coming soon. Also, Snot played their first show or first two shows back as a new band with their new vocalist Andy Knapp, and now they have admitted they are writing new music. So we will get maybe a new Snot EP this year. I would like to see Snot. They're going to play some festivals and maybe some more headline shows. Faith No More's The Real Thing turned 36 years old this week. So, of course, whenever there's Faith No More news, it was also Mike Patton's birthday last week. Things are still swirling, like what is going on with Faith No More. I highly recommend, if you love Faith No More as much as I do, to go check out the blog Faith No More Followers. And they have a Facebook group and some socials. And, people are still like curious to know what's up with Mike. Is he done with music? Is he going to come back with Bungle? This is a picture of him with Mr. Bungle. It's just hard to know right now. I really would love Faith No More to come back. We heard from Billy Gould and Roddy Bottom recently in news that we broke here at Ghost Cult before anyone else that like they're not really talking. There is supposed to be a retro, like grand re-release, reissue, deluxe re-release, remaster of King for a Day, Fool for a Lifetime this year, which is celebrating 30 years this year. System of a Down sold out those stadium shows like that. And now the band is in a new interview with John Dolmayan has said like we're all getting along and Serge and Darren are getting along. And maybe now we're going to do more shows. So if you missed out on getting tickets to System, yes, they're going to still play stadiums probably at this point from here on out. But it sounds like they're feeling good and they're probably going to do some more shows because the demand is there. If you start selling out 80,000 tickets, it's millions and millions of dollars. Liquid Amorte is here. Daniel 19 still here. Jerks the Band is here. 300 Shepherds P is here. Dawn is here. Claudia is here. Hi, Claudia. Or Claudia. Or Clay. Or Rocker Dad. Do you want to see System of a Down? Have you ever seen them? Have you never seen them? Drop a comment. Basque Cowboy is here. That's a great name. Red alert, y'all. Right before I went live, Spineshank announced that they are working on new music and coming back to play Louder Than Life later this year. So I think we're going to get a full-blown Spineshank reunion and tour dates. I'm pretty excited about this. The new metal / industrial metal band were the original proteges of Dino Cazares of Fear Factory, and then they kind of went on to other things. Two of their guys are working in production. Johnny Santos also had the thrash metal band Silent Civilian, very familiar beats with like a Trivium or Bullet for My Valentine. Great singer, great band. I'm very excited for Spineshank to come back. More Nine Inch Nails stuff. Snubbed from the Academy Awards. I thought Challengers was a pretty good movie with a pretty fantastic soundtrack, and they were snubbed for music soundtrack score Oscars. Fucking shitty. But award shows, what do they fucking mean anyway? They don't mean shit. They don't mean shit. Foreigner has joined the Billion Club with their #1 hit single by a mile. I Want to Know What Love Is, their big ballad. We recently did Foreigner on the Glacially Musical podcast, and their records are not that great. They have like great hit songs, and then the records are not that good. Sadly similar to a lot of bands. But good for them to have a billion streaming song. That's fucking cool. Sun Don't Shine is the supergroup from members of Typo Negative, Crowbar, and Down. Not sure why they didn't call it Type Crow Negative. I know that's too silly. But they dropped their third song ever, The Promise Song, and a music video visualizer from their label Corpse Paint Records. We've interviewed Corpse Paint Records. You know that we're very close to the Typo family and Crowbar. We've interviewed all those folks before. And it's pretty cool. It's like, sounds like Kenny and Johnny from Typo Negative have a band together called Silver Tomb. And that band is pretty awesome. Very like psychedelic doom metal, but not, like this is a pretty cool band. It's kind of like Down with some additional kind of like Kenny singing and down riffs. It's pretty good. Also Behemoth dropped a new single and video, Shit of God. Song's pretty good. The lyrics are meh, but I'm excited for a new Behemoth record. Every Behemoth record is an event if you love death metal and Satan. So I'm here for it. This is a great photo shot by our own Kimberly Moran at Beyond the Gates Festival in Norway. Also Actors, which is an awesome industrial metal band, put out a new song this week. I'm excited for them to put out some more new music. Very cool. Seen them live. Really good. This is Yawning Balch. This is a super group of stoner doom guys made up from Yawning Man and Bob Balch of Fu Manchu. Very cool. Traitors. If you like some brutal deathcore slam, Traitors has a new album announced called Phobias. They put out a new single and a video. It's pretty gnarly. This artwork is very interesting. Kind of cool. Caliban dropped a new single and is putting out a new album. Again, sort of European, German. I think they're German or Swedish. I can't remember. But they're also pretty heavy. sometimes death metal, sometimes deathcore. Here's Magnolia Park for some metalcore. They put out some new music this year already, and more to come. And here's Cartilage from the East Bay, man. They're covered in blood, and they look unhappy and pretty gnarly. They dropped a new single, and I might try to interview these guys. It's just my time is so limited, but I'm trying to spread the wealth around to our whole staff and try to get more people involved in interviewing bands. Perturbator, who is, again, another dancey dance metal adjacent industrial artist, has announced a new album, booked a new tour with Kylan Mikla and Ghost. G-O-S-T, Ghost, the synthwave artist, not Ghost. That band, although I expect that band to have a new album soon. Perturbator, James Kent, he's been a big fixture at Roadburn that we've covered a bunch of times, so I think we will probably try to get an interview with him and do that. This is kind of bummed. I've been living in San Francisco for 4 years. I didn't really talk. I had some health stuff to talk about, and I skipped right over it. I haven't worn this Merciful Fate shirt in like 3 or 4 years. I haven't lost a ton of weight, but I lost a little bit of weight. I could be doing better with some of my health stuff, but I was like, you know what, man, I'm going to try to put this shirt on today, and it's kind of loose on me. I'm pretty happy. But this band, this bar, Tornado, was like one of the best metal bars in San Francisco. You know, like their decor, they're known as like the home of craft beer here. That's not their own brewery, but like they always had metal going, always had true school metal playing. And it looks like their owner's retiring and they're going out of business or selling. Maybe it can be kept open and kept in one piece. Maybe somebody is a rich fan of theirs and they'll buy it, but doesn't seem likely. It's in a cool neighborhood too, Lower Haight in San Francisco, not too far from me, maybe like a couple of miles away. Igor Cavalera is teaming up with Shane Embury of Napalm Death, and they are putting out a split EP. I'm pumped for. Perhaps we will get an interview with the guys. We shall see. I've talked to both of them over the years. Bring Me the Horizon, who I always feel like is a very good band live and different than their albums, put out some singles with Evil Spotify this week. A remix is one of them. The other one is a cover of Wonderwall. For some reason, I'm not sure why. Hardwood SF is here. What up? But good for them. Good for them. I don't need a cover of Wonderwall. Rush has announced an expansive 50th anniversary multiple CD retrospective of their whole career. So if you have no Rush albums and you wanted some, now is the time. I believe it will eventually get a vinyl edition also if you're a vinyl nerd like I am. We did a whole video on all the best vinyl reissues of the last year here on YouTube. You can watch now. Anthrax, good old Frank Bello was at the NAMM show last week, and we have some coverage coming up from the Metal Hall of Fame from the NAMM show. But Frank Bello, during an autograph signing of a bunch of bands, said that Anthrax's new record is definitely done or almost done and coming out this year in either September or October. And then Anthrax is going to do what Anthrax do. They are going to go on tour. So I'm pretty pumped for that. Interesting to see if Pantera books additional shows. They have nothing else scheduled after the Metallica tour is over. And I don't know that Charlie could. I love Charlie Benante. Not sure he can do double duty, but I'm excited for new Anthrax music. I've been waiting since Worship Music came out in 2016 to get another one. I'm fucking greedy. I'm fucking greedy. All right. I skipped over the new music. Let's just do a quick thing here for the new music. I lost the slide for Music Friday. It's pretty funny. Let's talk about new records out this week. And there's quite a bunch. And we're going to get into February where it's just fucking jam-packed with new records. But some new records that came out this week. Let's see. Wardruna was last week. Let's see. Grief Ritual from Church Road Records for some power violence. Helicopters' new album, Overdriver on Nuclear Blast for some 70s stoner rock. Jaye Jayle, we talked about earlier. I interviewed him for his gothic country album. Kelsey Carter and the Heroines, good record. Love Made Me Do It for some poppy punk rock. Night Flight Orchestra, Give Us the Moon. Rory Restoration for some alternative rock. Tane, I talked about them on a festival already for some industrial noise pop. And Torbjorn Riziger and the Black Tornado for some bluesy rock. Let's see what else came out this week. A couple of other things we didn't get to cover. 80s for some death metal on Blood Harvest Records. Afflicta for some technical death metal. Cosmophage for some more death metal. Great American Ghost for your metalcore. I've talked to them in the past. Great band, cool guys. Jonathan Whalton, who used to be in Tribulation, for some folky art rock. Maceration for some more death metal on Emancipation Records. Moon Fever for some hard rock. And Nisash for some black metal. That is all the new music out this week. And now, if you're still hanging in with us, and that's amazing if you are, let's take a look at something I have for the mailbag. This is definitely going to be divisive. I mentioned Ghost in passing a few minutes ago. How many of you like or hate Sleep Token? Drop a comment either way, because we're about to do some Sleep Token content. Justin Thompson is here. It seems to be a band that everybody, either they love them, they hate them, and there's no one in between. I'm fond of them. I think they're excellent. Once I saw them live, I understood it better. But I definitely wanted to share this. So I like to bring out something every week from my collection. Maybe I haven't shared before. It's early in the year and I haven't really been buying anything. I had some stuff sent to me that I haven't got to yet, but I wanted to share this. I wanted to share this thing. This is Sleep Token's extremely popular Take Me Back to Eden vinyl LP. And I got it from a strange place. I got this from Urban Outfitters, of all places. And what happened was when this record went on sale, I was like, I missed out on the vinyl version I wanted. And I was like, well, you know what I can do is I can get it, see who else has versions of it. And so Urban Outfitters had it. It wasn't particularly overpriced, but it was, it was glow in the dark. So I wanted to unbox this and show it to you. I still have the hype sticker on it here and the glow in the dark vinyl. This is now hard to find. I don't flip my records. I listen to my records and collect records. And it's already in the Mylar. If you are serious about your record collection, you want to keep your records, both the outer sleeve and the vinyls themselves, in Mylar. There's a link in our link tree where you can get vinyl supplies. Look at the gatefold. This is pretty cool. Here, it'd be a good idea if I put myself back on screen. Hey-o, there I am. So here's the album with the artwork. Again, Sleep Token, either loved or hated. Very cool double gatefold for the two albums. It's got the cool symbols and artwork here. They just seem to have a legion of lustful fans, right? They just have people that absolutely fucking love them. Chokehold, The Summoning, Granite, Aquaragia, Vor, Ascensionism, Are You Really Okay? The Apparition, Dwiddlim, Rain, Take Me Back to Eden, the title track, and Euclid. Do you love Sleep Token? Do you hate Sleep Token? Drop a comment and tell us. Some people love them. Some people fucking hate them. But let's just take a quick look at these glow-in-the-dark vinyls. And unfortunately, I can't kill the light here for these to glow enough because I have too many lights on. And it would take me 5 minutes to turn them all off. But look at this thing, man. Look at this beautiful glow-in-the-dark vinyl with the awesome artwork here on the label. Side A and side B. And I think there's a distinctly different artwork on the other vinyl, so I will pull this one out too. Pipefitter 12 is here. Justin Thompson is here. Yep, distinctly different labels on all the vinyl. That's really cool. They glow in the dark. My turntable's in the other room, so I can't play it here. But pretty cool. I wanted to share that with you. I've never shared that with anybody that I haven't unboxed it on any of my other shows. I Do the Yells is here. That's an awesome name. I Do the Yells. I'm jealous. And that is the show. Actually, we picked up a lot of steam in the last 40 minutes. I thought this thing was going to go 2 fucking hours. If you watch this show and you're not doing anything else on almost Friday night on the West Coast and Friday everywhere else in the world, probably, I'm really thankful, man. It's really, or tomorrow in some places, apparently. I'm really grateful that you're here. I appreciate you all. This is pretty nice. And, I think it's really great that you guys spent this time with me. There's the picture again of the vinyls. And there's me. So, I normally say something. If you've been here a lot, you've heard me say the ending speech of this show, about 400 times since 2020, but I'm going to do a different one this week. There was a pretty interesting news guy that I respect, and he quit his job on air because he was mad that they were trying to censor him for telling the truth about what's going on in America. It's not about what side you're on. All the politicians are fucked and don't care about people. But Jim Acosta's a guy I respected. He was on CNN for 20 years, and his final speech was, number one, don't give in to lies and fears. And so he gave this final message, and I want to share it with all of you tonight. Don't give in to the lies and don't give in to the fear. Hold on to the truth and to hope. And even if you have to get out your phone and record that message, I will not give in to the lies. I will not give in to the fear. Post it to your social media everywhere so people can hear it from you. This is my way of sharing that message of hope with all of you tonight. And on that note, I'm out of here. Have a great and safe weekend. Stay metal as fuck and keep it here for ghostcultmag.com for more rock and metal news and interviews and all the things. I'm going to do what I do every week. I'm going to dance a jig on the way out of here. Peace, yo. Peace.